Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Future Wrestling here on the Nerds Are Us channel. We're joined as ever by our roster of wonderful wrestlers as we are on our go-home show to our next live special, which is called Defiance, next week on the channel. So before we do that, we have a lot to get through, but as we normally do, let's introduce our roster for this week. On my left here on the Brady Burn screen is Kira. You are playing someone who is on game point in our Youngblood tournament, as it were.
Yeah, have a hardcore match and look forward to see what happens if there's a tiebreak that needs to be decided. I wonder what Decker's going to have to choose there.
Yes, I'm sure Decker has a very foolproof plan when that happens. On my right then is indeed the other person involved in that potential extra time situation. Jerry, you are playing Mr. Alan Morph, who has also been rather killing it in the Youngblood tournament.
He has. His competition's kicking up a storm, but like all storms, they pass.
I hope storm doesn't destroy you.
It does leave storms tend to leave a wake of destruction, in fairness, or at least have upturned a few cows. So keep that in mind for your match, maybe. That's what storms do, right? I don't know. I haven't kept track of the last one. So on my
thinking of the cow launcher from the South Park game, the fourth one.
Earthworm Jim as well did that with great effect. Cow launched. 3 hours later, you killed it in the last scene of the game. Beautiful.
1, 2.
Cows in Twister as well.
Yeah, exactly. Cows just get beat around the place, lads, honestly. So on my bottom left end, making her return to Future Wrestling after a few weeks off was Amy, who's playing Selena tonight.
Hello.
What have you been doing?
I'm sorry. I'm still technically on the clock working, but I'm here. I'm here this time. I don't know what I'm actually doing in this. I don't know what we're doing in this. I can't remember what show I've been here for. I can't remember what show I was missing for. All I know is that I have shit I need to take care of, both in real life and in Future Wrestling.
Indeed. Very appropriate considering. Because Mr. Fred Rose has had.
Bitch.
Lena's been incarcerated, has she not?
Well, she was.
What?
She was.
Yeah, what? No one told me what happened last week. Actually, what the fuck happened?
Well, no.
Yeah, someone actually
Fred
has to
Rose.
fill me in.
So at the end of you and Cutter, you were taken away in cups, were you not?
Oh,
It was.
I was here last week. Shit, I'm really not with it tonight, guys, at all. Yes, I've been arrested. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to rewind. Yeah, so last week I have been arrested for assault. Thank you, Jamie. And now we're going to see if I'm going to be charged or if I'm going to get away with it. Because there is no pesky kids. Jerry, dress up as Scooby-Doo.
That's not Scooby-Doo.
That's all I got, man.
That will do.
Yes, that will do. So yes, Selena has a busy night ahead of her.
Pig. That'll do.
As she is in our main event tonight, teaming up with Silver Fox versus Cutter and James Rage, but also has an intriguing face-to-face battle with the person who did arrange that supposed arrest, Pastor Fred Rose, who has this match arranged with Cutter at Defiance called a baptism match, and we'll have details on that later on in the show. Down the bottom then is our current Future Wrestling champion, already in gimmick, as you can see. Tell us about Silver Fox, Foxy.
So Silver Fox he's been winning, but only by the skin of his teeth, basically. Like, people that are giving him such a hard time, James Rage has put away very, very quickly and very effectively, and is basically intimidating Silver Fox in terms of, like, he's on borrowed time. So
Indeed.
Yeah.
So again, like Foxy, the kind of the champion that would be up against a very tough contender. And speaking of tough contender, there he is in the bottom right, Mr. James Rage.
Hello.
Gentleman to his backbone. So, as I said, we've seen a bit of you here and there. You ran the gauntlet 2 weeks ago. Well, he was there. Unfortunately, James Rage can't join us tonight. I'm afraid he has been He's been taken away by the authorities, and unfortunately has
He'll
been
be back.
He'll be
being
back
greater
next
than
week
numbers.
at Defiance to take on James Rage. To be
Somebody
fair,
got
it was
the-
only a matter of time until Cyrus Gold got his revenge. And clearly,
I would change him to Cyrus Platinum.
he's been upgraded, is what happened there.
Imagine it was just a case of like,
Cyrus
what
Silver.
are you doing here?
Cyrus Silver
Boom,
was
back
degraded.
screen.
Oh dear. I'm sure he'll be back soon. This is not an awkward wait at all. Not whatsoever. That's perfect. We'll do that then. So we'll kick on with the start of the show, folks. We get welcomed to as ever by Mike Dublin and Kratos O'Neill, who give us the rundown of what's going to be happening on the show. We have our face-to-face with Selena and Fred Rose. We have our main event. We're going to be hearing from our championship contenders tonight as well. And also, crucially, the final round in the Youngblood tournament with some intriguing matchups, group-defining matchups, it has to be said as well, that could very much decide who goes to Defiance to challenge for the cup. And funny you should mention that, Mr. Mike Dublin, because our first match tonight is a backyard match scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. So,
Wonderful.
introducing to the ring first.
Hulk Hogan, brother.
Gonna hot dog a grand slam.
Introducing to the ring first, weighing in at 187 pounds from Inverness, Scotland, Connor Locke. So,
Oh my God, Jamie looks so angry.
You definitely got into character, that's for sure.
rage by name, rage by nature.
Just to lift that catchphrase, I like it.
Yes. Well, you nick everything else, so I mean that checks out, doesn't it? Yes, Connor has had a fun Youngblood tournament so far. He's currently bottom of Group B, with only a point to his name, but he has impressed in some outings, just hasn't had the results to prove it. But this is his final chance to get some other points on the board in a setting that doesn't really suit him, it has to be said. So we'll see how it goes for him tonight. And introducing his opponent. Weighing in at 167 pounds from Sandyford, County Dublin, she is the influencer Dahlia Thorne. Speaking of settings that don't suit that person.
So are you. Your hair is shit. And so are you.
It's fair to say that the Youngblood tournament has not worked out for Dahlia Thorne. She is pointless currently in Group A, with a horrendous.
Pointless in groups or just pointless in general?
Pointless in general, I think it's fair to say. I didn't want to say it, but since you're being personal about it, I guess. So she's had quite horrible experiences in hardcore matches, in normal matches, particularly against her boyfriend, which she lost. So it hasn't gone well for her, in fairness. And yeah, she will, regardless of what happened, likely finish this group at the bottom. So this seems like a foregone conclusion. But before we do, folks, as always with the backyard matches, we're going to give ourselves a cheeky roll and see what toys we can add into the equation. Because again, this will decide who wins the match.
There we go.
Okay, what have we got? So, okay, Jamie's got an 8. Foxy's got 9. Jerry's got 11, which is good. What have we got? We have an 11 there as well, and a 10. Okay, so everyone gets to pick one except for me. I drew a 3. So we'll go. We'll start from top to bottom. Kira, what would you like to throw into the mix?
Yeah, trampoline.
Trampoline. Ooh, I like that. Trampoline. Okay. Jerry, how about yourself? You are, I believe. Is that? Did you say hair
Muted.
clippers? You were muted there, Jerry. Okay, I think his first words.
Shaver?
It's a film.
Noose.
I think.
Razor.
I think it's a razor.
Hair
is it?
razor. Hair razor.
I think so. He's either or he's fucking.
Jerry,
with us.
unmute yourself.
It's weird. Like, it's just Mike has just
All
stopped
right,
working.
okay.
I
My
think he
one's
said
dog
razor.
doing a stick.
Okay,
I
Doc
missed
doing
my
the
chance
stick.
last week. I'm not missing
Yeah.
again. Dog doing a stick.
Excellent. How about yourself, Foxy?
A microwave, so he can use the bell as a ring bell. Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, if that's not the finish, I don't know what is. Jamie, how about yourself?
To make it a true backyard match, I'm going to throw in some fluorescent light tubes.
Light tubes, excellent. That's exactly what we want to see. Okay, so the match does indeed begin, and Dahlia Thorne starts like kind of remonstrating with the referee. She's just not into this match whatsoever. Kind of like is a little bit more focused on the job at hand because he wants to give himself a good last showing in this competition. So he immediately starts out wrestling Dahlia, who just doesn't want to be in this at all. So she keeps trying to run away and all this sort of stuff. So she starts skirming through the crowd and gets a bit of respite from Conor Locke, who was gradually out wrestling her. So she thinks she's clear, and then the camera pans to see Conor Locke boing, 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 voomph, crossbody, lands on Dahlia Thorne well outside the ring here. And all the crowd's all going, oh, this is a bit of crack, isn't it? So at that point, then we see Connor takes Dahlia then to a table, at which point there's a microwave there, and someone's doing up a hot dog, because it's cold out there, so you want to reheat your food. So at that point, then Dahlia Thorne gets her head bumped on the microwave, and it goes ding, which is just it seems appropriate at that point. So again, Dahlia Thorne's crawling away, still just not really happening for her at that point. But then she starts going a bit crazy, because she just the stress is getting to her. So she starts scrambling under her boot, and she picks out like a blunt razor. It's just like, just get back, just get back, get, and she's just screaming at people to get back. And the referee just goes, "We can't have sharp objects like that here. It's your family show. Get back in the ring." So Conor Locke actually does like disarm her with an arm breaker, takes the razor off her, throws it away, and then drags her back into the general area around the ring. At which point, someone goes, "Here, Connor, use this," and he just goes, "Oh, it's a stick." Ugh, that's an awful smell off that. So I was like, "What's wrong with you, man?" Honestly, calls him a dafty. Says his mum has a pair of wooden tits. Usual Scottish phrases. But goes, "Hang on, actually, I can do something with this." So he goes, and then gets wraps Dahlia's leg and her arm, and then gets her into an STF, including the dog shitted stick. So the smell is right there. It's right there behind her, and the referee's going, "Are you gonna tap? Are you gonna tap? Are you gonna tap?" And she doesn't in the end, because she grabs basically a rope, and it is kind of a rope break situation, I'm afraid. So then again, Dahlia's just not in this match whatsoever at that point. So Conor goes, "Okay, right, last gambit," and goes, "Light tubes." All right, lights one down, lights them in the ring, and simply just gives her a body slam onto the glass tubes. She screams because it didn't go well, and then Conor just pins her in the glass tubes. 1, 2, 3. Conor Locke wins the final backyard match of the competition. And the commentators do sing his praises for that because, well, folks, it has been as much with all the other young talent in this competition, it has been a developing experience for them overall. And as things stand, Conor Locke will unfortunately not be qualifying from Group B, but he will be temporarily second in the group, depending on how the rest of the results go. But a good showing overall from the young Scotsman, as he hopes to build on this in future weeks. And with that
We're
instead,
not allowed a razor, but yet we're allowed light tubes.
they're
Where's the
gimmicked
logic
light
in that?
tubes. They're sugar. Like, come on, Foxy. They're gimmicked light tubes. We're going to have Dahlia do a bump on them. They have to be gimmicked. Come on.
Actually, a horror.
Yeah, but like,
If you've done any backyard wrestling, you know that shit hurts.
yeah,
Well, we weren't all, stupid. We did it in the front room.
They had pillows, Foxy. Crucial difference. It's a crucial difference.
We used the cushions off the couch. And we still
Yeah.
broke someone's neck, didn't we?
Yes.
I used to do it in a fucking playground. Yeah, not nice.
Yes, and you wonder why your body's fucked now, eh? It's a mystery to us all. So, with that in mind,
Damn
lads,
Canadian destroyers.
yes. Let's be honest, did you overuse super kicks as well? Did you do too many dives? Because that's totally understandable.
We used flaming tables.
Back in my day. So, with that in mind, then we cut back to the commentators who start talking us through the live special coming up called Defiance, and they draw our attention to the big title match, which has now been announced as Silver Fox versus James Rage. But as we heard last week on the show, that Kyle Decker has set a challenge for both men to essentially win the main event tonight, which is a tag team match, and the winning team will then decide the stipulation. So we're going to cut now to some footage we have of both champion and contender talking through the title match coming up next week. So the way this is going to work is we're going to chop and change between our champion and contender here. So Fox is going to start off, followed by James Rage then, and it's going to be a bit of back and forth for a few rounds, and then at the end, both men will announce what their intended stipulation is. So Foxy, you're going to start off. Give yourself about a minute talking, and then we'll pass it over to James Rage, who'll do the same.
Okay. I actually thought you were just going to film each one in full and just splice them.
I could do. It depends on how this edit goes.
Okay.
It's chaotic enough as it is, unfortunately.
I ain't going long, that's for sure.
No, that's damn sure.
Look, sorry.
Oh, right.
PowerPoint's gone into not responding.
That was a bad sign.
Don't you hate when that happens?
I didn't save this.
Keep rolling.
Anyway, yeah. So for the past few weeks, James Rage has made it very clear that he wants my title. Now, realistically, he could win it. He could very well win it. He's that good. But I've proven time and time again in the last weeks that I well and truly deserve this title. I well and truly show that this is a sign of heart and determination. It's not just a trophy like James Rage makes it out to be. This is everything to anyone who's ever laced up a pair of boots. This is the goal. After all those years, finally I have the recognition of my peers and my family. Hard road. And I intend very much to keep this title for as long as humanly possible. So James Rage, you can bring all your arsenal. I'm gonna bring mine. But we also get the choice of a stipulation. Now I've been trying to rack my brain about what best to give me the advantage, as it were. Now, unfortunately, you're very good. So good that I have a very hard time thinking of it. But I think if I have to do a stipulation, I might have to do something drastic. Something I haven't done before. Maybe we'll have to go no holds barred. So that I can show you just how vicious I can be. In the end, it won't be a case of, look at him, he's locked in there with him. No, you're locked in here with me. And you're gonna get your silver lining. Let's put it that way. See you soon.
Very nice. So we'll change it over now to James Rage, who will do the exact same thing.
Well, here we are again, 1 week away from the big show, and once again, I'm your number one contender. You see, last month, it was clear to everyone who was paying attention that I should have walked away as the Future of Wrestling World's Champion. Because the fact is, I am the only one fit to carry that belt. I am the only one fit to carry that mantle. Now, Silver Fox, I'm not going to take anything away from you because you've proven yourself to be a fighting champion. But I sat here 1 month ago to the night and I said that I respected you because you did not pander to these people. As soon as I said it, you changed your ways. And you know what? That's fine. I get it. You have a narcissistic need to be liked. You've got this shallow, pathetic need to have everyone on your side. And that's fine. I really, truly don't care, because it's not about the people. It's not about the people in the stands. It's not about the people watching at home. It's about you, and it's about me. So when the time comes, you know how it's going to end. You've tasted the guillotine before. Now that was a case of wrong time, wrong person, wrong place. Next time, it'll be a hell of a lot more intentional. See, I've made no secret of it. You've got what I want, and I'm coming to take it. And when I do, the question is, what stipulation will I choose? What gimmick will I throw at this to give me the advantage? And that's the thing. I don't want the advantage. I could say, yeah, let's make this no disqualification for me, but if you get disqualified, I become champion. But I'm not going to do that. I don't want this to be some shallow grab at the belt. I want this to leave no questions. So tonight, when I win that tag team match, it will become official that I am inviting you to the Asylum Fight Pit. You, me, locked inside an 8-sided cage. It'll have a shallow mat. It'll have high walls. No one in, no one out. You and me, mano y mano. Everyone will know who the true future of wrestling is. Because I am going to walk away world champion. And there is not a damn thing you can do to stop me.
Hold on, Sharon. Hold on.
So there you have it, lads. And that is our promos. Vote
I
man
just
is.
realized a line I should have said. Splice this in. And you know, they say that a cornered fox is at its most dangerous. But you're going to find out in that cage that I am more dangerous than you. I had nowhere to go. I just had the cornered fox line.
That's right. That's okay. It'd be great if you just like kind of had like half a joke and you said like you gotta figure out that a cornered fox is more dangerous than a cornered rage. Fuck.
Bruh.
So yes, lovely stuff, lads. So now we know what's at stake here. So if you don't mind, you both give us a look roll on that. On the one of various promos that we'll be doing tonight. Has to be said. A 9.
Oh, you bastard.
8. Okay, that's
I have
fine.
-1.
Yeah, the -1 does factor in there. So yes, you will. You're going to start off with 2 momentum, James Rage, as will Silver Fox for the match. But of course, we have promos on the way too. So, well, folks, you've just heard there from our 2 championship contenders some very choice words there: no holds barred or the Asylum Pit. And so fascinating developments there. We'll see what happens in our main event tonight, as one of those stipulations will indeed be what it costs to be future world champion. But until then, let's move on now back to the Nathan Youngblood tournament. We've had our first final round match. Now let's have our next one under submission rules. So we hear a bell. Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is a submissions match scheduled for one fall.
One fall.
And a time limit of 15 minutes. Introducing to the ring first.
Loses 15 minutes, doesn't he?
I'd give the lads a chance. Fuck me. Introducing to the ring first, weighing in at 199 pounds from Sandyford, Dublin, Damon Garrick. So, Garrick again has more improved gear this time around. He started to put some effort into his appearance. His hair starting to got that kind of buzz cut look to it. And again, the commentators give us a down low on this. Well, folks, as things stand, and I'm sure a lot of people will be surprised at this, Damon Garrick is currently leading Group B going into this final fixtures right now. With 2 massive wins, crucially against Dahlia Thorne, and then against Michaela Joyce, Garrick has put himself in a fantastic position to qualify from Group B. But the challenges do not end there, because this is a potential group winner for both men in this contest. And introducing his opponent, again, no music, weighing in at 240 pounds from the Timon Woods in Dublin, Alan Moore.
Boom. So I come out, Curtin's dressed as Halle Berry's Catwoman.
Oh God, no. Gimmick is taken, Jerry.
What?
Gimmick is taken.
We're whipping all, so I stand out onto the stage, take out the whip, crack it, get scared shitless by you. So kind of, so with that, kind of like back to the ring, I drop it, kind of go, just like do that, get to the ring as soon as I can, get up to the second rope, let's make the sign.
I love it. I love it. Again, commentators cut in here. Well, folks, Alan Moore very much blurs the line between being an incredible wrestler and being an incredible comedian. We saw a mixture of it there. But again, this is all part of the strategy. It's all part of the mind games he's trying to instill here on a very young and a very raw Damon Garrick, who has done his utmost, in fairness, to prove himself in this contest. But again, Alan Morph has done the exact same thing. And crucially, Alan Morph is unbeaten in this Youngblood tournament. And he's got one more match to preserve that record. And so the bell rings. Jerry, give yourself a roll.
Okay. 8.
8. Garrick has drawn a 10. So he's going to take advantage of this, and he's going to just he's not going to be happy about this. So you're still on the corner, you're still hot dogging, and he is going to give you a big boot off the rope. So he's lunging straight away forward. So he's a full head of steam here. So he's going to rush out of the ring. He's going to basically whip you into the corner, the barricade, let's say. And then he's going to take a run at it, and he's going to give you another kind of like high boot. Again, focusing on the kind of the head and neck area predominantly. Yep. So he's going to do that, and it's going to be somewhat effective because he drew an 8. So there we go, drew an 8. And he'll continue on his onslaught then outside the ring. Bell hasn't rung yet, by the way, which is crucial. So he's going to do that, and he's going to then kind of drag you towards the announcer's table. And then he's going to get like a camera cable that's there, and he's going to look like he's going to go for like a garrote thing, but you're going to resist the garrote then. So this is your point to take back control.
Okay. So I want to get, as he's going for the choke thing, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I want to kind of grab it, twist out of it, and tie his hands together.
Oh, I like that. Grant, give us a roll on that. See if it works.
That's a 7.
That's a 7. Yep, tickety bam. That works at a treat. So you've reversed it, and now his kind of hands are tied up. So obviously temporarily because it's just part of a cable wire, but you have a second to take advantage of it.
Like I grab him and just drive him into the ring post then.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah, give us a roll on that then.
That's a 6.
6 with the +1. I'll treat it as a luck roll. So yeah, that works at a treat, and like you knock him into the ring post, and then he'll kind of roll himself back into the ring, and you'll do the same. And commentators chime in and go, well, folks, these folks have not wasted any time trying to get an early advantage into this match, both trying to put a mark on the other, and you have to say perhaps both have been successful. The shoulder for Damon Garrick and the neck for Alan Morph. Which one will show weakness first? That we're going to find out here in this as the submission match finally gets underway. So let's see. Jerry, can you be the 7?
Can it be a 7? I cannot.
Okay, so Garrick's going to take advantage of the situation again. So once he'll be first into the ring, and he will, once you get back into the ring yourself, he'll start just like clubbing you with elbows. And what he will do then, so he'll keep clubbing you with elbows. He'll whip you into a corner, and he's going to go for a big splash, which he'll miss. So that gives you control of the match back then.
Okay, so as he misses a splash, I turn around and I kick his leg,
Mm-hmm.
put the leg onto the bottom rope, and then just wail on it. No, do the usual stand up, drop down, sit down on it thing that I do.
Yeah, grand. So you're working over the leg then. Yeah, give us a work roll on that.
Kicked your leg out of your leg.
It's a 4.
The 4. So you're gonna try it, and then Gareth's gonna kind of slip out of it basically. So he might just give you like a kick to the mush or whatever it is. So at that point, then he'll take control again. He's gonna go for a big spot. He's gonna go for a leg lariat, which is his finisher. He's gonna miss it though. You're gonna duck out of it, and you're back in control.
Okay. As he goes for the leg lariat, can I grab it, slam him down, and unlock in a single leg?
Yes, you can. Absolutely. Give us a work roll on that.
Let's see. 10.
10. Bang on. That'll do the trick. So yeah, he goes for the leg lariat, currently unnamed because I haven't found a funny name for it yet. So yeah, you'll cinch in the leg, you'll go for a single crab, and you'll whaler right in there. So again, a good reversal. The crowd applauded, and again the commentators go, "Well, folks, after this, the hellacious action we've seen in the first early minutes of this match, it is important to remember this is submission only." And Alan Morph with his eyes on the prize early in this contest. But as you can see from this row here, Damon Garrett does get to the rope, and the referee separates you out. So I'll give you control again there, Jerry. What do you want to do next?
Okay, I release the hold, but I kind of like have his leg up. I let go for a second, catch it again.
Yeah.
Leg DDT.
Oh, I like it. Work roll, yeah. Go for it.
I want to grab it up again. And for the second DDT, I don't want to give it DDT. I want to give it kind of a spin out. On the leg.
Oh, yeah, kind of like almost like a dragon screw, but like on the floor. Okay, I'll treat those 2 look rolls then. So one for the leg DDT and then one for the kind of inverted dragon screw.
Yeah. Fuck. 3.
A 3. So you go for the leg DDT and it'll kick you off then, which is a shame because I actually quite like that spot in fairness. But he'll kick you off, so you'll get back onto his feet. And again, he's gonna go for he's gonna try and go for a move himself. He's gonna try and go for like something neck oriented, maybe like a kind of like a gory stretch, but you'll wriggle out of it as well. So you're back in control again. A lot of reversals back and forth here.
Oh, okay. I want to lock up, go for a wrist lock.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go to twist the arm, but as I have the arm over my shoulder, I do that.
Yeah.
Kick, put my leg up, and then give him a kick into his knee.
Ooh. Oh, I like that. Give us a real roll on that. +1. It's a 4 +5. So again, you'll do the whole kind of histrionics. You look like you're going to go for it, but he's just going to push you off then, and he's going to give you a clothesline just to kind of diffuse you for the minutes. So you get back up very quickly from that, and he's going to go for Jesus, fucking rotten rolls in this game. So he's going to go for another move. You're going to go for a second closing. You're going to duck it and run the ropes, and whatever you do next is yours.
I want to go for Devon spinning elbow.
Yes.
I want to do that, but basement focusing on the knee.
Oh, so you're gonna go like under the. Oh, yeah, that's good. I like that. Give us a look roll on that. +1.
That's a 6.
A 6 with the 1 makes it work. So yeah, a spinning elbow to the knee, crucially. And again, the referee, the commentators go, "Oh, that was unique from Alan Morph." Again, we always see something unique from him every week, but that certainly was up there when it comes to that. So he's still in control of the match.
Yeah,
go for it.
I want to try and redo that leg DDT spot from earlier.
That's fine.
We hit one, go up, and try and hit the other one again.
Alan Morph has this, like, he's one of those guys that has his spots like written out on paper. It's like, and then we do this, and then we do this. Oh, you don't want to do this? Then we'll do it again. Then we'll keep doing it again until you get it right.
That's actually true. I actually do.
Jerry, I was fucking joking, man. Come on. That's great. I love that. I honestly do love that. Okay, give us a work roll on that.
That's 5.
A 5. So again, he's denied a DDT. So no matter he's again the commentators pick up on this though. Well, obviously the strategy is obvious here from Alan Moore. If he's trying to take down the big man at the knees, at the legs, presumably setting up for a submission of some kind. We don't know indeed what submissions Alan Moore has in his arsenal. I'm sure there's something in that bag of tricks of his. But Garrett continuing to resist it as best he can. They're both going for a grapple here, and neither one can take advantage of the situation. So we're going to go for a spot roll here. So, Jerry, what do you want to do next?
Oh, what do I want to do?
So both of you are kind of at a vertical, we're standing up in the middle of the ring here. Basically, you've had kind of like a bit of a grapple and scruffle, and neither of you are taking advantage of it. So it's a bit of a reset.
Oh, what do I want to do? That thing. I'm going to go for a headbutt into his chest.
Yeah.
And when he goes down, I want to go for the throwback that John Cena used to do, where you bounce off the rope, jump up, flip over him, grab his head, slam into the ground.
Yeah. I like that. Yep. Okay, grab it. Give us. I'm gonna treat that as a look roll starting, a real roll starting off for the headbutt to the chest.
Yep.
4. Jesus, no look in this match, lads. What's going on? So again, you're gonna go for the headbutt. You'll kind of resist the charge, and he's gonna go for one of his own, and it's gonna be fairly soft, like so. It's like two kind of like soft headbutts, as it were. But again, controls back with you, Jerry. So if you want to do the throwback, this is probably a good chance to do it.
Okay. I want to actually go behind, like kind of scoot behind him, and he goes for a third headbutt.
Yeah.
Roll back through, and as I roll back through, capture his leg and lock in an Indian deathlock.
Oh, all right then. So we're getting the submissions move out now. So yeah, give us a work roll on that.
Give it 1 second.
If you want a momentum check, it is 5 at the moment.
Okay. 1 sec.
A 9, yeah, that'll do the trick. So yeah, you're in an Indian deathlock now. And again, commentators trying to go, well, now I asked the question, there's your submission move, an Indian deathlock, a pretty potent leg submission. Let's see if Damon Garrick has anything to resist this. And currently, it's not looking good for Damon Garrick. He is locked in here. He looks to be in an excruciating amount of pain. Alamorph, give us another roll. Let's see if you can keep this working.
8.
An 8, yeah, it's still locked in. So Garrick has 1 roll on this. Let's see if he can pull it off. And as much as Damon Garrick is struggling, he's in excruciating pain, but he just gets to the bottom rope.
Oh, fuck.
He just gets to the bottom rope. He very much needed that break, and he certainly got it in that one. So, Jerry, I'll keep you in control here for the time being.
So stand up, like getting frustrated now. Grab his leg. He's face down, so I pull him away from the ropes. Put my foot on the back of his leg, standing up, and then stand down on it.
Oh, that's sore. That's a sore one. That is a real roll, +1.
So 6.
That's a 6. With the 1 makes it work. So yeah, you stand on the leg, and then you just stamp on the kind of the calf almost, really. And again, the commentators chime in going like, folks, that is a vicious side of Alan Moore, but he does have a lot of sides to him. And you can see that right there. That was a nasty one in particular. But he has to do what he needs most because he is in a massive fight in Group A, and he needs to win this match. So, Alan, continue on.
I do the leg stamp thing again, and then I flow into the leg DDT for the 3rd time the charm.
Yes. Okay. Right. You got 7 momentum. Would you like to spend some to make this work?
I'm gonna spend 3 on the 4th one and 3 on the 2nd.
Smashing. Okay, so we're gonna first on the leg DDT. Please let this work.
Fucking.
Hey, it's a 12. It was so successful. It like his shoe fell off. I don't know. Fuck it, whatever. So it's +2. You gain an audience from that, and now your second spot again was the inverted dragon screw, right?
No. The first that was the stamp, and the second spot was the leg DDT.
Oh, I see. Right. Okay. And that's the roll then. So you're not doing a second spot after that then, are you?
No. Just gonna see if that hits first.
All right. Cool. So in that case, yeah, that hit, and you're in control again.
Right. I go for the single leg crab again.
Okay. And you're spending momentum on that, are you?
Yeah. What do we have left?
You have 4.
4. I'm spending 4 on it.
Ooh, he's going whole ham. He's going whole hog for it. He's gonna do it. Give us a roll on that. 11. Oh, alrighty. That is a 15. And again, the commentators chime in going, well, folks, again, this might not. Yeah, sorry, go on, Jerry.
As I turn him over, I want to reach back with a hook, get in his mouth, and pull him back as well.
Okay, so you're doing a fish hook and a leg lock, a Boston crab. That's harsh.
Yeah.
That's hard. That insult to injury. He needs that face. But anyway.
I need to fucking win.
That's fair. That's totally understandable. Totally understandable. And as you can see then, so you spend your momentum. Garrick is not breaking out of this at the moment. Again, he's in pain. He's paying his dues here, the poor lad. He really, really is. I'm going to give him one more roll. This is the decider. Does he break out or not? There we go. And he grabs the bottom rope.
Murder.
He grabs the bottom rope. Shock horror. We still have 5 minutes on the clock here, in fairness, so it's still plenty of time in this match. But Garrick does get it back up on the vertical base. He is like the leg is knackered now at this point. But let's see what he can do. What he's gonna do is he is gonna go for a leg lariat, and he hits it with the bad leg, unfortunately, because he only works one side. But he hits the leg lariat, and that sends Alan Morph down to the ground. But again, it's a fairly soft one. He's still limping around. The crowd's kind of like urging him into it because again, the people are starting to warm to him a little bit. You know, it's worked out a little bit for him. So he's going to go right. I'm going to go for it. That is an 8. So he is going to lock in his own variety, his own maneuver, which is going to be an STF. He is going to lock in an STF because again, he focused on the neck. He's going to try and torque that neck back now, and with his height, he's kind of stretching you out a little bit as well, you know, because like you're a short person in a sense in Alan Morph. He's 6'5", so everyone's going to look short, you know. So he's got you locked in an STF here. Jerry, you've got no momentum here. This is going to be a straight roll. Let's see if you get out of it.
Can't even watch.
Oh, man. Okay, so, yeah, he doesn't even waste that much time in it. He grabs the rope straight away. And again, the commentators go like, well, lads, look, guys, that shows you that Garrick does have some weapons in his arsenal, but Alan Morph had an answer to that and broke out of the ring fairly quickly. Alan, you're back in control here. That was an 11, by the way, so you did perfect.
Oh, thank God. So, like, I literally stay on the rope, kind of crawling up, like, just wondering, fuck me, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
So, as soon as I got up to a vertical boys, I just immediately kick his leg. Full chance I get.
Grand, yeah, reroll.
Just straight up kick.
Yeah.
Kick his leg. And it's a
4. So you're gonna kick the leg, but it's not gonna do much damage. So Garrick gets control again here, and yeah, he's gonna get you with an elbow to the mush. Simple as that. He's gonna hit you with an elbow to the mush, and what he's gonna do next is, oh, that's a good one. He's gonna go for a neck breaker. He's gonna go for a swing neck breaker and snaps back real quick. So again, is he gonna set up for another finisher? He is. He's going back to the SDF. Going back to the SDF, and Alan Morph is again in a predicament here. Let's see if he can roll to get out of it. He does. He grabs the rope.
Yeah.
He gets there. He grabs the rope. He is safe for now. And Alan Morph, continue. Incidentally, we have 1.5 minutes on the clock. It's okay. I paused the timer. You're grand. Okay. So, 1.5 minutes on the clock, Jer. You're back in control.
Thumb to the eye, shin breaker, single crab.
All right. Okay. So, first roll for the real roll for the thumb to the eye. That's a heel move. So, I'm going to ask you to spend your momentum on that.
Do it. Okay, grand. It's a 3.
You actually kind of needed it. Yeah. So, the thumb to the eye works. 3 + 2 + the reel. So, that's 6. We'll let you away with that one. And then what was the next one? The shin breaker.
Shin breaker, yeah.
Work roll. So, that's straight roll. At the 10, yeah, you'll make it work. So shin breaker, and then last one, single crab.
Single crab, yeah.
All right. Critical single crab. Well now. Well. That's interesting. That's very, very interesting.
He's determined for this win.
And with 30 seconds left on the clock, Damon Garrick taps out.
4! It's a 4!
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by submission, Alan Morph.
4!
Unbelievable. So again, we have no music, but the people are applauding. That was a hell of a match, the longest one we've had from our players here, at least in this Nathan Youngblood tournament. Alan Morph, talk us through the afters here. What's going on?
I take out a phone, go over to where Garrick is kind of limping.
Yeah.
Take a selfie, type out something, show it to him, #respect, and then leave.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. That's a good spot. That's cute. That's really, really cute. But yeah, and the commentators take over from here. Well, folks, that is mission accomplished for Alan Morph. He has run the gauntlet. He has completed everything he has need to do. That's 4 out of 4 for Alan Morph. Job done in that sense. And crucially, I suppose the impetus now is with Violet Storm. Can she put Davina Laveau away in hardcore rules later on in the show, which would crucially level this group? Fascinating stuff here, folks. It really truly is a close group here in Group A. For Damon Garrick, the fate is out of his hands. He still leads Group B at the moment, but it's now up to the likes of Davina Laveau and Calpir Calvala to tie this group with 4 apiece, which is very possible. We could end Group B with a 4-way tie. And we leave it there. Alan, well done.
Fuck me, that was hard.
That was tense. That was very, very tense. And fascinatingly enough, that whole sequence made you top of the cards, which is 4. But so moving on then, as we heard earlier on in tonight's show, we've got some more information now on what we're expecting from this tag team match later on tonight. Both men going for very much an honest fight. I think it's fair to say, Kratos O'Neill, one more so honest than the other. We've heard a lot about this Asylum Fight Camp and how they did things. Supposedly, there's no pinfall or submissions in their contests. The match ends when someone is perfectly knocked out, and I fear for Silver Fox in that equation. But let's cut back now to backstage, as we are, I believe, having this interaction here with one team in this main event. So we do so, and we get the scene at the moment of Silver Fox, or sorry, not Silver Fox, beg your pardon, of James Rage and Cutter. So they're kind of in the middle of the room, let's say, and they're kind of staring each other down, while Fred Rose is kind of pontificating in the background, and he's going, and the main thing we have to do here is we need to work as a team. Gentlemen, is there a problem here?
I'll jump right in.
But Dennis isn't here, so yeah, go for it.
No, Fred, we don't have a problem. Because the simple fact of the matter is I don't trust you. And I don't trust him. That is to say, I don't trust either of you to have my back in that ring tonight. What I trust from the two of you is to have your own self-interest in mind when we go to that ring tonight. You see, tonight, we mop up the Silver Fox. And you know what? I've got no love lost for Selena either. So I say we go out there and we show them what we can do. Now, I know we have a history. I know things went a little bit south between us. You decided that you were going to show me your special brand of salvation, and I showed you that I was beyond salvation. But tonight, it's not about that. Tonight, it is about next week. Tonight, we get the edge. Next week, you put Selena out permanently, and I become the world champion. Then we can settle whatever this is between us.
A fine speech, Mr. Rage, a fine speech. You should have been on the pulpit with me last week. But here's the thing, that is just a speech. I appreciate your honesty. I appreciate what you've been saying here, because it shows that you are indeed an honest man. Perhaps not a man of God, but not many people can be that honest. But here is the reality of it, Mr. Rage. You can pontificate to me and to my instrument as much as you want. But the reality is that we are doing you a favor. We are trying to do this for you, but it is absolutely, as you say, it is in our self-interest, because I had every intention of knocking you off your number one contenders perch last week and the week before. The reality was that Future Wrestling continues to neglect what myself and Cutter represent, which is indeed the future. In order for the future to come, the past, the present must be cleansed, which is why we're taking on Selena in such matters, which is why we decide that Silver Fox is just as guilty as she is. But here's one very important thing you need to remember, Mr. Rage. When Cutter picks up that pinfall on either Fox or Selena, it doesn't matter to me. What that proves is that he is the alpha male, as opposed to you, the scrappy little whippet who thinks that their bark is just as big as their bite. I don't forget what you keep saying about me being the little man hiding behind a big man. Just remember, Mr. Rage, this is business. And I, despite my allegiance to God, I am a businessman. And we will do that tonight. Just remember one thing. When it's all said and done, and when you win that Future Wrestling title, the hourglass will turn. The sand will stop trickling down to the bottom. And time will be against you for a change. I'll let you two get reacquainted, and I'll see you out there later on, if you don't mind. I have some business on myself to attend to. Do you have a PS, Mr. Rage?
The segment, okay. But then I get in Cutter's face and I say, do not let him dictate to you what happens here. He wants to talk about being all about business. When have I ever been anything but? But you tried to stab me in the back tonight, and I have one good reason why that will be the biggest mistake of your career.
And Cutter chuckles and walks off. So, it was a cold night, lads. I think we needed a bit of heat. So lovely stuff there. James Rage, give us a roll on that.
Oh.
That will do it. That will do it. That's a +3 and an audience. Lovely stuff. And we'll give Cutter a bit of momentum as well. It won't really come to much in the end, but you know, it's good stuff for him. So that's good stuff. So we go. But folks, I don't think it's. I think it's fair to say that it is not a happy camp there backstage between Cutter and James Rage. It'll be a fascinating tag team match later on tonight. Can they work together? Can they secure that stipulation for James Rage? And indeed, can Cutter get one more win over Selena? We'll find out later on in the show. But for now, our attention turns yet again back to the Youngblood tournament, and it's time for a hardcore match. Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is scheduled for one fall.
One fall.
One fall.
Introducing to the ring first. Weighing 187 pounds, Violet Storm.
Just the usual.
Yeah.
Just come out curtain and have a look around, get a glad hand with the crowd and into the ring.
Indeed. So again, the crucial part here, folks, as the commentators chime in and going, we just saw there a couple of moments ago that Alan Morph made it 3 for 3 rather, in his in their tie. 4 for 4, yes, no, I was right the first time. And crucially, that means that he is top of the group. But Violet Storm is currently 3 for 3. And now it's up for her to keep the pace and essentially end Group A in a tie. We do believe there are arrangements for this, but we will find out after the final match between Calvert Calvala and Michaela Joyce is settled, because again, there could be ramifications in that group as well. So we will wait and see on that front. And introducing to the ring her opponents. Wrong music.
I was like, that's very.
That was very jitsi for our voodoo queen, yes. All right. Weighing in at 169 pounds, hailing from New Orleans, Louisiana, Davina Levo. So we've seen a bit of her in the last few weeks as the commentators chime in. She's had a mixed Youngblood tournament on her debut in Future Wrestling, it's fair to say. She's impressed in some situations against Dahlia Thorne, but then has also lost 2 crucial matches, namely against Michaela Joyce in the backyard match, and then our first match against Alan Morph. But again, the crucial thing is that Davina Levo is still in a chance to win this group, as Group B is so close at the moment. The win against Violet Storm would put her joint top with Damon Garrick. But again, for Violet Storm, this is now a must-win match. Again, it's another potential group winner or group top leveler at this point. So the bell rings again, 15-minute time limit. Let's see who wins out. Kira, give us a roll.
Time's up. That's a draw.
What have you got there?
9.
A 9. Well, Davina Levo has drawn an 11. So,
Okay.
so Davina Levo is not going to waste time here. She is, it beckons you to kind of come towards her. You kind of take the opportunity, but she immediately rolls out of the ring with a kind of like sinister look on her face, because again, she is a bit of an evil one, let's say. And she basically just like rolls out of the ring, checks under the ring, because again, hardcore rules, and she picks up a kendo stick. A nice kind of painted red one as well, just for her. And she just gets a kendo stick and starts doing the whole like kind of like nunchuck rules with it, because as you know from the entrance, she's quite good with like that type of like manipulation. So she does it, and she gives you one swing on the kendo stick to the thigh. It hurts. I think it's fair to say. So one slap to the kendo stick. She goes for a second one, and you're gonna grab hold of the kendo stick. So I'll give you control here.
Because if I have hold of the candlestick, I want to pull and launch her into the steps.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, that'll do the trick. So yeah, give us a roll on that. I was going to say power roll. Yeah, that'll do fine anyway. So yeah, you launch her into the steps. Job done. Continue on, Kira.
Did she bring her fire sticks this time?
She didn't. The stick is kind of on the ground, I was going to say, but you know, you can break it if you want to.
I don't want to break it. I want to use it.
Oh, well, carry on then. It's there to be used.
Yeah, I want to grab it and I want to use it like kind of like a garrote.
Yeah.
But especially since it's probably still hot at this point.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, give us a roll on that. So a real roll, -1. Ooh, it's a 12. Yeah, that'll fucking do it, lads. So yeah, job done on that front. So yeah, you're using the garrote. It looks great on camera, and you kind of almost like the kendo stick is almost in her mouth, as it were. Like you can see, like she's kind of chewing on it, you know. And again, she starts like kind of like chewing on it as well. She's biting her way out of the situation. So you're still in control, Violet. Continue on.
Okay. Then I want to go under the ring and grab trash can.
Trash can, yeah, grand. You can do that. So what do you want to do with the trash can?
I want to set it up in between the turnbuckles.
Turnbuckles, yeah. Continue on.
So I want to grab Davina, roll her into the ring, and I want to do a suplex into the
trash can. Yeah, grand. Give us that'll be a work roll +1.
Okay. No.
That is indeed a no. That's a 6. So what she's going to do is she's going to reverse it. She's going to go for the suplex. She'll kind of land on her feet. And she will go for a suplex of her own. You'll be suplexed into your own trash can. Hoisted down by your own card, as is tradition in every hardcore match. So she'll take control of this one at this point. So what she'll do then again is she'll go outside the ring again. She'll wander around the bottom of the ring until she finds something she likes. And indeed, it is a what is it? No, it wasn't a baseball bat. I was thinking of something else. Sledgehammer. That's the one. She's gonna go for a sledgehammer. So she's got kind of devious things in mind here. So she's got the sledgehammer. You're kind of reading from the suplex, and she's gonna give you kind of like a sweep of the legs, and she's gonna get the sledgehammer, but she's gonna hold down your leg, and it looks like she's gonna like sledgehammer your foot, and she gives it one pull down, but you're gonna roll your foot out of the way just in time, and she bangs the sledgehammer off the ring, and it just like gives a wobble. So they're coming to just go, folks, that could have been curtains for Violet Storm, not just for the Youngblood tournament, but that could have been for her career. A shattered ankle from a sledgehammer shot, that could have been absolutely nasty. Lena Vo has evil intentions in this match, but Violet Storm got away just in time. So in that case, Violet, continue on. You're going to get control here.
Okay. Then I want to drop toe. So drop toe so that she falls onto the sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Just go
Grant, work roll on that, +1. 10 with the 1 makes it 11. So yeah, that looks perfect. She does indeed it kind of looks almost accidental in a way. She kind of just knocks her head off the sledgehammer, and the referee kind of just checks on her, and then when she steps up, then there's a little cut just here on the forehead that's starting to trickle down blood. So we've got someone cut hard way here. But again, Davina still in character, still evil, really starting to enjoy that. She really likes that. So yeah, you're still in control here, Violet, as Davina Laveau has been busted wide open.
Okay. Then I want to grab the candlestick and do a run knee, but with the candlestick at the knee, so she hits the knee and the candlestick.
Oh yeah, I like that. So you're almost like holding the candlestick in front of you almost. Yeah, I like that. Cool. Yeah, give us a look roll on that, which is straight roll. That will do it. That will do it. So yeah, you run the ropes. You kind of run the ropes, and you're going to grab the candlestick as you're doing it, basically. So Davina's still kind of selling the blood. Doesn't see you on your blind side, and you hit her square in the face with the fucking candlestick, and again opens up that wound, as it were. And again, the crowd love it. They think that was a lovely spot. We get replays of it, and it hits the target as critical as you get. So Violet, continue on. You're well in control here.
Okay. Then I want to go into the ring and grab a bag.
Grab a bag, okay. Of thumbtacks, of course you do.
Of course.
So, yes. So
you can't have a hardcore match without that spot.
Absolutely. So you do that anyway. So you do the I presume you unravel the thumbtacks, yeah?
Yep.
Excellent.
I want to go for a which one will I go for? Brainbuster.
A brainbuster. Okay, right. Well, I'm going to treat that as a power roll, -1.
Right. Load.
So again, the commentators go, well, folks, I don't think it's taken long for this to regress to the mean of hardcore rules. But as you can see, Violet Storm is rolling for a brainbuster here with the thumbtacks, and she hits it. Davina Laveau has been brainbusted into thumbtacks. And again, it's heinous. That's unbelievable. But it shows you what she's going to do, what she has to do to potentially tie this group with Alan Morph. And again, Davina Laveau, she's obviously in the tacks. There's a few, perhaps in her kind of her back of her head, maybe, or whatever it is, because she kind of like a braided hair almost. So they're kind of obvious. And she just stands up. She just gets up and stands in the thumbtacks. Bear in mind, she's barefoot, by the way. So she just gets up and stands and then walks over the thumbtacks to stare you right in the eye and start laughing. So she's completely mental at this point. It's a great spot. There's a bit of a square up between the two of you, in the corner with thumbtacks in front of you, as it were. So Violet, you're in control here.
Well, then I want to go for... if she's in my face, I want to go for a headbutt. Nice.
Give us a real roll, -1.
Oh, it's not really going to work.
No, that will do. That will do. You do headbutt her indeed. You kind of knock her a little bit silly. She didn't fall down or anything, but you kind of you stunned her, let's say. So she's a bit groggy at the minute. Continue on.
Okay. Well, then I want to... I want to run the ropes and do Hurricanrana.
Hurricanrana into the tax. Okay, yeah. I'm going to treat it as a 0 and as a look roll. The 10, yeah, job done. So you run the ropes, as it were, almost like kind of dodging the thumbtacks, as it were. But you do like a Hurricane Rana, and then she vaults, she kind of skids into the thumbtacks again. And the kind of thumbtacks kind of get slid out of the ring so much. So they're kind of on the apron almost, just kind of like scattering them a little bit. And thankfully, no one at ringside got a knee in the face, thankfully. But yeah, exactly. So like she's like a fucking pin cushion at the moment. But yeah, it's doing the job for you at the moment. You're still in control of the match.
How much momentum do I have?
You have 8 momentum.
Okay. Can I use 4 and I want to go for the Gale Force?
Sure, you can. Okay. So she's kind of like in the middle of the ring, full of thumbtacks, and you want to go for the Gale Force. That's a 9. With the +4 makes it a 13. That will do the trick. So you hit the Gale Force around, surrounded by thumbtacks in a way. It looked like a nice visual with the over the top cam. So naturally, you're going to go for a pin there, yeah?
Please.
All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell. Ring the bell. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Violet Storm.
Yeah!
Well, folks, that was a sudden and brutal contest where Davina Laveau looked like she had a hell of a lot of a game to her, but Violet Storm, you might want to add an end to that name because she turned it violent on the Davina Laveau. It seemed to change, the momentum seemed to change with that sledgehammer shot. We don't know if Violet meant that or not, but either way, that was the turning point of the match. It didn't need to be, it was pretty much academic after that, with thumbtacks, with kendo sticks galore. It was enough for Violet Storm to tie Group A, which is crucial enough if you are Alan Moore, because you are no longer the winner of that group. And again, the fascinating thing is, what will we do with a tied group? We still have Group B to decide, as the Davina Laveau will not be winning this group now. Crucially, it's all down to Cal-Pierre Calvala. Can he do what it takes to tie Group B? So indeed, Violet, continue. Congratulations on that, by the way. That Gale Force moonsault made you top of the card instead of Alan Moore. Again, that was a hell of a hardcore match, folks. But again, we saw some interaction there heading into our main event tonight between one team. Fair to say, it is a very tense camp between James Rage and Cutter, and indeed the pastor as well. But let's see how the other side are doing right now. Let's cut backstage to see how Silver Fox and Selena are getting on. So this is just a free for all, lads. You know, is it like maybe kind of Selena's going to sit and kind of thinking to herself, and Foxy's perhaps warming up or whatever. Just a bit of spitballing between the two of you, because again, championship ramifications here on the line.
You've had a rough the last few weeks. You ready for tonight?
I'm going to kill him. I'm actually going to kill him. I
Yeah.
don't.
He's a dick.
If you've heard what he said, you've heard what he. I know that there's a lot on the line on this, so I'm probably going to apologize to you now about this. But dude, if he comes anywhere near me, if he gets any way involved, I have no problem in putting him down like the dog that he is. I actually don't even give a shit about his fucking pet project that is Cutter or James Rage at this point. They are literally nothing right now to me. If he comes anywhere near me or if he gets involved, I will not be held responsible for what I do to him.
And I won't blame you one bit. I know how sleazy he is. I know how fucking crafty he is. So if he oversteps his boundaries, I have no problem with it. But understand that I still want to win this. I still need this advantage as well for this match against James Rage. Because like he's gonna be the toughest opponent that I've come across. And you should know as well. Like you're in a bad situation as well. So if you were got win over Cutter, then how much of a boost is that for your confidence? I mean,
No,
really.
actually, I think a win over Cutter will possibly hurt more than anything I can physically do to that person. So I'll tell you what, you watch my back and I'll watch yours. After all this is said and done, no matter what the outcome, no matter where we go from here, just when it comes to that prick, Fred, Pastor, Rose, whatever the fuck he wants to call himself any day of the week, I'm the first one who gets first dibs. No matter what comes out for anyone else, I get first dibs. Deal?
I suppose, yeah.
Perfect. I'm going to go ring my cats.
And scene. Lovely stuff, lads. Okay. So again, same again, lads. Give us a roll on that.
Oh, shit.
When you said you were actually going to kill him, I thought you meant cut her. And the first thought that came into my head was, you're going to have to.
Sorry, Jamie, I've taken on him before.
Mate.
11.
That's 11.
Yeah,
Nice one
but
from
I'm
Selena.
still the only one who beat Cutter.
I believe I gave you your first loss.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you want to get technical about roll-ups and the like,
Seriously.
before we get in the ring, like,
The fact that it was a roll-up as well is the most... I mean, you should be embarrassed
most
by
dangerous move in wrestling.
Yeah, it's
that. To be
massive.
fair, I knew that. That's what that is what we called. That was the other abbreviation of a cat's cradle of what we called it. Was literally the roll-up.
If the submission doesn't work, just go, oh, fuck a plan B.
Yeah, I was like, you know, oh, and she's hitting them with a cat's cradle. No, she's done a roll-up. She calls them both cat's cradle. Okay, she's not very creative.
That's really confusing, Kratos, I'll be honest. Yeah, no, don't ask me. She's done it for years. I guess it's fair to say that the Selena and Silver Fox are a bit more on the same page as than their opponents at the moment. But again, that chemistry might all come to naught depending on how the main event goes. And indeed, we have to yet hear about this this arrangement between Fred Rose and Selena. We'll probably hear about this after our match coming up next, which is the final match in the Youngblood tournament with some pretty significant ramifications for Calpir Calvele. He has to win this match in order to tie Group B. Let's go to the ring. It's time for a submission match. Indeed, the bell rings. Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is a submission-only match scheduled for one fall.
One ball!
And a 15-minute time limit. Introducing to the ring first. Weighing in at 164 pounds, hailing from Manchester, England, Michaela Joyce. So again, we've seen a little bit of Michaela over this tournament. She's done quite well for herself, 3 points overall, but she will sit third in Group A between Violet and Alan Morph. But again, a good showing, got a win to her name, a draw, and now she wants to try and anyway be the spoil sport for Calpir Calvele, who needs to win this match to tie Group B, as you mentioned. And introducing her opponent. Weighing in at 221 pounds from Helsinki, Finland, Calpir Calvele. Well, folks, we can't claim that it's been a successful tournament for Calpir Calvele. He was hoping perhaps that this was an easier group to manage, but with crucial losses to Violet Storm and Alan Morph, it has put him in joint third at present with Conor Locke's win earlier on today. But because of how close the group is, I could easily change around if he can beat Michaela Joyce in the submission-only match. Does he have what it takes?
Nothing in this group is easy.
Or will the hot shot from Manchester prove her worth and potentially upset the Finnish anti-hero? So, the bell rings. And again, it's a fairly close encounter because this is the last match of the tournament. And Calpir just has to win this match. So he tries to work down Michaela. Only takes his time with it. Like, he's in the ascendancy for most of the match. Wears down her arms and her back mostly. And he's gonna go for he's kind of focusing on a camel clutch type maneuver for the finish. Pardon the pun. And he keeps kind of going for the camel clutch, but Michaela keeps wriggling out of it. She's technically very, very good. So she keeps avoiding the camel clutch as best she can. She doesn't really have much of a submission to her name, but she is focusing on the arm mostly, trying to get the power out of Kel Peer. So she keeps working off the arm breakers, arm drags, that type of deal. So her strategy is kind of obvious. It spills out to the outside after a while, and Kel Peer starts like being a bit more violent with Michaela. So she gets thrown into the steel steps, over the announcer's table, over the barricade. Again, no countouts here, so he has to get her back in the ring. And the commentators give us a gentle reminder: we have 5 minutes left in this match, and again, Kel Peer still needs to win this match, and Michaela really does need to show something in this competition, because it's been all Kel Peer so far. So again, we reach the 5 minute mark. Kel Peer goes for another camel clutch, and Michaela just about makes the ropes. It's just getting to be a bit of a struggle. Kel Peer starting to show a bit of frustration, so he starts wailing on Michaela a little bit, just trying to get something to work. So goes for another kind of camel clutch, and then Michaela just gets him with a really kind of snug shot on the jaw, and just like Kel Peer's just knocked a bit silly. Michaela then takes his kind of advantage then, and then wraps kind of Kel Peer in the ropes, almost tarantula style. He was kind of like roped up hands and legs, and just starts hitting him with body shots. Like, she's turning really fucking aggressive as well, just trying to get like some sort of footing in the match. So she keeps going until the referee just ends up to stop it. So Kel Peer's winded, obviously, in the side here. Michaela's looking kind of annoyed and angry, starting to see that bit of the aggressive side out of her. So Kel Peer gets out of the ropes, and we see then she kind of just like, she motions for this, like that, and then just like grabs Kel Peer in the mouth and goes for a mandible claw, because, fun fact, that was her dad's finisher, was the vice grip. So she's going for his finish, and the commentators go, well, we should have guessed. This is the daughter of Marty Vice Grip Jones, a man who made this move iconic in the 70s and 80s in British wrestling. It was violent then, and it's violent now. Kel Peer has to do something to get out of this. It is a nasty hold right on that nerve in the mouth. Can Kel Peer get out of this? He wriggles, grabs the ropes, and we have 2 minutes on the clock. So there's a bit of separation. They both start trading blows, they start trading chops, and they're both kind of like level equals here at this moment. And there's a big collision in the middle of the ring, and 1 minute on the clock. It's still looking, it could be up in the balance. So Kel Peer hits her with a roundhouse kick, and Odin's Wrath knocks her out and locks in the camel clutch. Locks in, middle of the ring. 30 seconds, she's still in there. 20 seconds, still in there. 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a draw. 3 seconds after the bell rings, she tapped out. She lasted 30 seconds in the camel clutch, but crucially, the match ended in a draw. Michaela Joyce and Kel Peer Kavala ended in a draw, which means that Damon Garrick is the winner of Group B. So, with that in mind, the referees do come out and they check on both competitors. Michaela's like not passed out. Kel Peer's livid, and he starts kind of kicking off basically backstage. He starts trashing a bit of the announcer's desk and that sort of stuff. But he's told to scarp her basically. We do see then what happens afterwards. So Kel Peer's told to leave, and we hear this music hit. And it is the general manager's music. So we were promised a resolution to this, so let's see what happens. As Kyle Decker enters the ring, surveying what happens, sees Michaela going past the trainers. Kel Peer also separated out, just walks past them going, fair enough. He enters the ring and takes the microphone. Well, folks, I think it's fair to say that over the last 4 weeks, we have seen some incredible action here in the Youngblood tournament. I've been amazed personally by the commitment, the intensity, the action that we've seen here from these 8 competitors, and I think they all deserve a round of applause for the action, the competition they've given us over these past few weeks. Ultimately, we have been left with a rather interesting predicament here, as one group has been decided, that being Damon Garrick. Congratulations to him for winning Group B. But also Group A is left in abeyance. We have two people with perfect records, which was possible, but in a sense, has made my life a lot more difficult because now I have to make a decision. Mr. Youngblood, who unfortunately can't be here tonight, did insist that there was going to be a match between the two group finalists, but now we've ended up with two. So here's what's going to happen. At Defiance, there will be a singles contest between Violet Storm and Alan Morph. This will serve as the tiebreaker to win Group A. Whoever wins that contest, and we must have a winner in that, so there'll be no count out, there'll be no disqualification, first fall to a finish. We need a winner in that match, and whoever wins that match will face Damon Garrick for the Youngblood Cup. And I did promise that this match was going to be special. I promised that the finalists would face off in a match that perhaps they've never been in before, and indeed I may be right in that assessment. So the winner of that contest will face Damon Garrick in a ladder match. The Youngblood Cup is going to be held in the balance above the ring, and the winner of that contest will face Garrick and have to lift that cup from its pedestal 10 feet above the ring. So folks, I hope you enjoy the Youngblood tournament, and I hope you enjoy the finals. And if you're Alan Morph and Violet Storm, you better get ready because you're doing double duty next week. Until then, I will leave it there. And folks, there you have it. The Youngblood tournament will roll on for another week. The last week at Defiance. So massive announcements there to wrap up this tournament once and for all. Some exciting stuff here that we'll see next week on our live special. But for now, we only have our main event to go. But unfortunately, before we do get to that match, we have acquired this confrontation that we have been promised weeks ago between Pastor Fred Rose and Selena. It's been an emotional journey, it's fair to say, for Selena, not much for Pastor Rose, who's been doing most of the offensive work in that regard. But we are going to cut to that now, and we will warn you, ladies and gentlemen, that some of the stuff that you're going to hear here is quite upsetting. But we are going to cut to it now between this sit down between Selena and Pastor Fred Rose. It's not going to be that upsetting. It's just Mike Dunn being sensitive.
I was like, this is me we're talking about. I'm very sensitive, and I take criticism really badly.
Again, it's a personal feud for a reason.
So mean about it.
So
let's see what else Brother Love has to say.
Indeed. So we get set the scene here. We see kind of Fred Rose kind of like reading through a couple of like letters and then tucking them into like a shirt pocket or jacket pocket even, and just waiting by himself. And then the door opens. We see Selena walk in. Again, convenient enough in the kind of same hoodie, like mask get up that she's had the last few whiles, and she just like pops the mask off and then sits down beside him, and it just starts off from there. Well. You know, I honestly thought that you would have been here earlier, considering that you made bail quite a lot earlier than I envisioned. But that's all right, Miss Rose. Please take a seat. It's time we talk business.
What the fuck do you want? What do you want?
What do I want? What do I want? It's a very weighted question, Selena, because it always goes back to what you want.
I want to punch your fucking face in. That's what I want.
I'm sure you do.
And I don't see anybody around here that's going to stop me from doing it.
Yes, well, you do have a reason to listen to what I say, because you want answers. I can give you some of them. You wanted to be champion. You wanted to be the best. You wanted to be at the top. You wanted to be successful just one last time, because success was your middle name at some point. It was always Selena Success Kyle. That's why a lot of people have told you. But the thing is, it's been a long time since you've been successful. It's been a long time since you've been in the main event. And if it isn't for the fact that you're such on good terms with the owner of this facility, that you would not be even in the main event. You will be, what's the phrase, jerking the curtain? Because that's as well as you go. And if you think I am just filibustering here, if you think I'm lying, let's look at the evidence, shall we? When's the last time you've been world champion? 2 years ago? At Absolutely Rapid? Once you lost that title, your life spiraled out of control.
Selena sits in her chair and rage filling her body as she stares down the pastor, speechless, unable to control her anger.
And furthermore, it occurs to me that in those years, a lot of things happened outside the ring. And I mentioned a few of them earlier last month. And it just so happens I actually have something to corroborate this. This one comes from Dolores Rose, who I believe is your little sister. And she wrote to me when I made contact with your family about what happened to you over those years. And she said that
brothers, brothers, no, sister.
And she said to me, it was curious how Lisa just seemed to disappear off the face of the earth to me. She was never once one for the family name. She didn't want to follow in our footsteps, and that was a great disappointment to us, because to us, she seemed to have the whole world at her feet, but she didn't want it. She was too independent. She was too defiant. And key word there, I have it highlighted, because it's a very reoccurring theme, Miss Rose, that your defiance was your downfall. You wanted to do things your way, but your way didn't work out, did it?
This
and when
is
it didn't,
pathetic.
you just couldn't handle that, could you? So tell me, how did rehab go?
What the I actually have no idea what deluded little planet you actually think you're living on. If you honestly think that using shit from my family is honestly going to get me. As for rehab, what rehab? I've never been to rehab. I've no reason to be in rehab. You, though, however, sir, you clearly need to have your head examined. You need medical help if you honestly think that any of these people are going to believe any of the horse shit that is coming out of your mouth right now. You actually are deluded. You are the church. You seriously think that people actually still follow you with any sense of good grace, mate. You're actually more pathetic than I thought you were. This is sick. You're sick if you honestly think that you're going to get anywhere with this.
You know, it's funny you should mention the church, because it is restraining me so much to remark on what you said there, but I'll let that slide because I have bigger fish to fry. You mentioned about family, then that's fine. I won't mention family for the rest of this time that we have. Let's move on to something else. You probably are curious about what I have in store at Defiance. You're probably curious about how you're going to get your redemption, about how you're going to change this trajectory that you have in your life. Well, that is the reason for the baptism match. Now, I know you're not the religious type. Your brother said so much to me in another letter, but the key to baptism is renewal. It is about reinvigorating your life. It is a reset, a restart, to prove that you have put your life in the hands of God, willing to give sacrifice, to give service for the rest of your days. And that's exactly what this match is. There will be a font out on the stage full of blessed water that we will bless before the show, I will agree. And the simple thing is, you just have to stay in that water 5 seconds and you'll be cleansed. Now, I am a very sporting man, Selena. I don't think you have a chance against my instrument of salvation, but I am happy to risk his well-being. And I can almost certainly assure you, he is happy to risk it as well in order to do God's work. And I assure you, once that happens and once you feel that water, it's going to be as simple as that. You will be a changed person. You will be clean. All the vices, all the failures, everything that happened in between will be gone. You can just move on with your life with us at your side.
Mate, the only way you're going to be by my side is when I am kneeling down at that altar to Satan when I sacrifice Cutter to him, because praise be the pagans, my friend, there is going to be a change, and you are going to see some serious retribution, but it's going to be when I take you down to hell with me and your little toy boy Cutter too. We're done here. You have nothing. You never had anything on me, and you never will, because as I recall, I'm the one that left you on your back, and I've left Cutter on his back. And as for your other little boy toy, Rage, me, he only has one thing in mind, and that's what he wants, that championship around his waist. He is going to turn on you the first chance he gets. And if you're so undeluded to see that everyone here just wants to see the back of you, oh man, you know what? Evangelist TV is waiting for you, because that's actually the only place where you can spew this shit and actually have a real audience. I'll see you at the I'll see you at the ring.
See you at the ring. You know, it's funny because I have one last letter I'd like to read out, and maybe this will catch your attention. Maybe this will cool your courage.
Oh, they're from my daddy and how he didn't buy me a pony. I don't care.
The first time I met Lisa, I thought I was in heaven. She was the perfect girl for me. But as time went on, I realized that that wasn't the case. I realized there's a lot more darkness in that soul than I had given credit to. And after
Selena
a time,
stands from the chair. Selena stands from the chair and rips the piece of paper out of the pastor's hand, continues to read it in herself in silence. I do not want to hear that shit being broadcasted. Thank you very much, sir.
That's good. I like that. I like that. And it's just like Pastor just has the other second part and goes, signed Wayne Kyle. Funny how you didn't want that truth to be said. But don't worry. Come Defiance, the truth will be out there.
The pastor stands, goes to leave the room, turns around and stares at Selena with a smirk on his face, a true shit-eating grin, if you will, as she stares at the piece of paper in her hand, eyes starting to glaze over as tears form.
Mm-hmm.
Goes to black.
Excellent. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Give us a look roll on that.
Okay. Feck off, Pinterest.
We can all agree on that.
7.
7. That'll do, Grant. You're getting momentum for the match. So going into the main event, the way it pans out is James, Rage, Selena are on 2 audience with 3 momentum. Foxy's on 1 audience and 3 momentum. So lads, let's get fucking into it. Let's do the main event.
Right, when did Ellen Page become Elliot Page?
Yesterday. I don't know.
Okay.
So with that in mind, lads, it's time for our main event. Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is a tag team match scheduled for 1 fall.
1 fall.
And the winning team.
Jerry's back.
Yay.
Yeah. Turns out that when I muted me mic and I muted it back on, I just turned the volume down to 0. So
was it a razor you were asking us to use? Was it a razor?
no, it was actually a shaver razor.
Nah.
Oh well, we got there in the end. It was a good gimmick.
Dog doing a stick was used. That's all that matters to me.
That's all that matters.
To be fair, the idea of her standing there with an actual electric razor holding people off is way funnier.
That is good, actually. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
I might just put like an asterisk when I say razor. It's like electric razor, and then it just completely emasculates the idea thought even more. So, I know how to use this. I don't actually know how to use this.
You
Fuck.
don't. No, you don't. That thing's not even plugged in. I have a radio.
Yeah.
You beat me to it. I was gonna say that as well. No, you're not.
Introducing to the ring first. Weighing in at 391 pounds from parts unknown, being accompanied to the ring by Pastor Fred Rose, the instrument of salvation, Cutter. So, as we all know, Cutter is normally played by Dennis. Unfortunately, he can't make it tonight, but he does have his normal entrance. We have blue lighting, we have smoke, he pops out. Pastor Rose normally joins him, and he does indeed, with his new cane, thanks to somebody whacking him at the back of the knee. I don't know who that was. But he continues on anyway. So Cutter gets back in the ring as per usual. But Pastor Rose, on the other hand, sits down beside the commentary table. He is going to be on commentary for this match, which is interesting enough. Interesting strategy from the pastor. Commentators not really keen on this because they kind of like do a little bit of social distancing as he pops in. It's like, I don't really want to be affiliated with this guy. And they have a bit of awkward back and forth as the next entrant comes out. And introducing his partner, weighing in at 231 pounds, hailing from the Asylum Fight Camp, James Rage.
So the usual, out on the stage, take in the whole audience, turn back, focus on Cutter, stare him up and down, make my way into the ring, pay no heed to Fred there at ringside. Stare Cutter up and down again, do the whole you, me, this ring tonight belt motion around waist, and then I extend the hand to him very clearly to give him a fist bump rather than a handshake.
Ooh. Well, we haven't seen this before from James Rage. We all know what the handshake means, but what's the fist bump mean? Some sort of cooperation, perhaps? Maybe? It's hard to tell.
They get
what goes
past.
through that man's mind. And introducing their opponents. Weighing in at 183 pounds, hailing from Gotham City, Selena!
So what I'm just walking out. There's no excitement. I don't have my usual energy. You can see I'm kind of knocked off my game on this one. I just come out and wait at the top of the ramp. I don't even bother going down. I purely wait for the Silver Fox.
All right, yeah, and again, the commentators remark on that. But folks, it's been a couple of weeks since we've seen Selena in the ring here, and the difference in her is very evident after that loss to Cutter. She looks a lot more looked like gaunt, looks more paler than usual, and as you can see, this whatever this gentleman beside us has been saying has clearly had some sort of effect on her, and we'll see what happens in this contest. But again, Selena not looking her usual self here tonight as we head into our main event. And introducing. Yeah, you good?
Yeah.
That look is shock or something. Something happened?
Yeah, something deleted, but there's no new button for a reason.
Oh. Gotta love that.
That's Jesus Christ, my fucking heart. I have 5 minutes. I have 5 minutes to email this off. Okay.
Carry on.
Do the entrance.
Yes, we'll do. Cut the commercial. Cut the commercial.
Commercial.
Her partner, weighing in at 199 pounds from Clondalkin, Dublin, he is the reigning future world champion, Silver Fox.
So I step out onto the rampway, title in my hand, and I'm just doing my pose on the rampway. Then I start looking at people in the ring. I gesture with the belt toward James Rage. Like, this is mine. We'll see. So I put it down on the ramp. I walk down a bit to where Selena is, and we go to try and run in.
All right, we're gonna go for a run in. A hot start, lad. Let's see what happens. We all happy to go for a hot start?
Yep.
All right, let's do it then. So, everyone, give us a roll there. Let's see who takes control of the spot.
I got an 8.
I've got an 8.
Ooh, and James Rage's got a 9.
James Rage takes it.
Just wait.
Okay. Interesting. That was a tight one, lads. Yes, Mr. James Rage, you can take control of this initiative. So the two are going to go for a hot start. Yourself and Cutter are presumably in the ring together as well. So talk us through what's going to happen.
As they come through... Hang on. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to work out because clearly Fox needs to start legal. So as they go to come through, we catch them as they're coming through the ring. Have Cutter catch Selena with a boot to the side of the head, knocking her back out of the ring.
Okay.
And then he kind of just back off laughing to the corner. And that leaves me to start with Fox. As he comes through, again, I run over and catch him with the elbow and just knock him back into the corner a bit. And we'll leave it at that for the minute. Just
okay. So am I right in saying that
people
you want yourself and Foxy to be the legal man starting off?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, in that case, give us a straight roll then for
that works.
for that. Yeah, for that spot. So
8.
an 8. Yep, it's successful. It'll do the trick. So yeah, both of them come in with a hot head of steam. Cutter gives Selena a big boot, and she kind of rolls out of the ring. Cutter, does the whole hand dusting motion and goes into the apron. And Foxy kind of just
Selena
a little bit
does that motion from the floor.
So she goes out, and then Foxy just call for a second, and then, as you said, you give him a shot, and that knocks him into the corner at that point, and the bell officially rings, and the match will start with James Rage and Foxy in the ring. So James, you're back in control. Continue on.
I probably should have mentioned into his own corner.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So I charge into the corner, hit another running kind of forearm elbow, and then whip him to my corner.
Okay, Grant. Yeah, give us a power roll on that. +1.
Hurrah!
That's an 8. With the 1 makes it work. So yeah, you get that working. He's now whipped into your corner. Continue on.
Okay, I follow it in, grab the top rope, and just start laying boots into him, and then tag.
Cutter in. Yeah, lovely stuff. So that works. And now Cutter's in now. So I'll play on behalf of Dennis here. So Cutter comes in then, and he's going to kind of do the same thing. He's going to go for a bit of a choke maneuver on Foxy, just holding him there. And he does make that work. And then what's he going to go? He's going to try and going to toss Foxy across the ring, which he does, as you can see there. So that's successful. Foxy vaulted over the ring. He's kind of on the ring there. Kind of looks at the corner. Selena's still not up on the corner at the minute. She's still selling the big boots. So Foxy has to come back up here.
2 more seconds.
Indeed.
So she can send this email.
So
Selena on her phone on the ground, just sorry, it's the shoot job. Sorry. Hold on.
I'm a key worker. Leave me alone. So
don't worry, I'll carry you for a bit longer.
Yeah. So
just that while taking a beating.
As I was to say, yeah. So Cutter's taking having a bad draw here. So at that point, then Foxy kind of gets a bit of a second wind here, and he starts. He's got a little bit of respite here as Cutter's coming towards him. So Foxy, what do you want to do here?
So obviously he's after yeeting me across the ring. So I'm still recovering because I got a bit of a beating. But as he's charging in, I'm gonna try and bypass him through his legs.
Yeah.
If I do that, I'm gonna run, spring off the back with a moonsault to catch him.
Ooh, okay. I like that spot. Give us 2 luck rolls on that. +1. Because we actually fixed Foxy's stats this week because it looked really weird on the card. So now he's got luchador stats. 11.
Yeah,
an 8. Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. And 11. What am I doing?
It's like 6 + 2. I'm so glad you're not working money.
Nice.
So and that's for the moonsault. Bam! That's a 12.
That's what an 11. That's what an 11 looks
That's
like.
11.
That is definitely an 11. And not only that, because the +1 that makes it a 12. So that's an audience and some momentum as well. So perfect moonsault. Takes Cutter to the ground. Fred Rose is gesticulating wildly at commentary, but it's not really doing much at the moment. So Foxy, you're well in control of this match. James Rage steaming in the corner.
So I hit the moonsault. That's
Like
at
the
the
piece
catch
of
him.
shit that he is.
So So it's like,
See what happens when I'm finished work.
Yes, temporarily, we should say.
Yeah.
hit the
Any hope you
moonsault.
had of getting your hands on Fred Rose just went up in smoke.
Yeah.
That's what you think.
Hey.
Oh, we'll see.
Well,
Oh,
hit the moonsault. That knocks him down.
Mm.
I kind of look down at him. Then I look at James Rage. Then I look at Selena, like trying to make her way back. And like, right, Becca, I'm gonna go for my knee drop senton combo.
Okay, so again, 2 luck rolls on that.
Right now. Le 10.
Le 10 makes it an 11, so continue on.
Right now. Another one for the. Oh, you bollocks. I was going for the senton.
Oh, that's a botch.
Snake eyes.
That's
Yeah.
a botch. Well, actually,
Full-on
the
botch.
yeah. So unfortunately, so yeah, you get the main momentum for the running knees, but with the senton, you're gonna basically land on your neck. Basically, it's gonna look really
Yeah.
fucking nasty. And it kind of the crowd goes, oh,
Ooh.
that's bad. That looks pretty rough.
Like wrestle pops all over again.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh.
So
The air sucked.
So the match kind of
in the
loses its
room.
fizz there a little bit. So the way we're going to do is we're going to take Foxy out of the environment, as it were. So he's going to like tag in Selena. So I will see what Cutter wants to do. Okay, so Cutter's going to tag out as well. So we're going to have Cutter versus James Rage.
You fucking
Selena-
dick.
James Rage, beg your pardon. He got a bum roll. He's
No.
tagging out. He's tagging out.
It would have made sense for them to take advantage of me, like botching.
Yeah. But it's like like I said, the match kind of broke down. So in order to get you out, then the match kind of resets. So Selena, James, give us a spot. Let's see which wins out.
James, you go first while I do this.
Oh, okay. Based on what was just said, I'm going to charge across the ring and hit a bicycle kick.
That'll do it. How about yourself, Selena?
When I see him charging, I'm going to dodge it, do a baseball slide out of the ring, and take on Fred Rose. I'm going to run the attack on Fred Rose.
Oh, I like that. Okay, so we'll both do a roll here and see what wins out.
up Selena, fuck 'em up, clap, clap, fuck 'em up.
That's a
Oh,
10.
10.
That's an 11. Oh, yes,
Well done.
sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so James Rage, he fucking goes for the bicycle kick, but you kind of like almost like slide tackle your way out of it.
It's like literally a baseball slide as he goes for the kick. Selena goes down with her cat-like reflexes out of the ring. She does a little steps over Silver Fox as he's lying prone, possibly dead.
Nursing a
And
stinger.
She does a proper like. Do you know when you see like when it used to be like the divas and they used to just jump into the other person, start scratching and clawing? I literally just jump into the chair because he's not behind the desk and just start laying into him, just properly letting him have it while I try to get like the fucking commentator's headpiece set. I'm literally trying to murder the man. In front of Mikey Dublin and Kratos as the referee pulls me off. Cutter looking confused as fuck on the apron while James Rage is just like, you
I really don't care.
It's like start counting. Like he's like 1, 2, 3. Do a count.
Do you want to count her while like I stand?
I like that. I like the idea of like of this happening so much that like Foxy wakes up from a stinger and just like drags Selena back into the ring so he doesn't lose by countouts.
Silver Fox on the crowd, get back in the ring! Ow, ow, ow! Get back! Get in the fucking ring!
So
okay, so yeah.
So I like that.
After I've had my belt.
Yes, I like that. So again,
reason to be arrested.
So that scene works out
In
well.
the fucking ring!
So you rush out of the ring. We get those delightful commentary is like interrupted noise, like it's like, oh, the headset's been damaged, whatever it is, blah, 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 blah. And then just like people are wailing in delight for Fred Rose getting hit in the face with this. So yeah, the referees then kind of come and break you two apart. You get ushered back into the ring just before the 10 count as the commentators go, well, like I said, Selena may have been doing her utmost to try and get to Fred Rose, but eyes on the prize here. When you think about it, there is still a match stipulation on the line here, and if you're Silver Fox, you're hoping that was a bit of a near miss in a sense, because that could have very well been a count out loss, which would have counted in this situation. But Selena's back in the ring and back on the offense, it would appear. So in that case, Selena, you're in with Cutter, who's recovered. So what do you want to do?
I was legal.
Oh, you were legal.
James.
Apologies. Yes, you were. Sorry. Carry on.
So James is basically like looking like a real kind of like, I don't give a shit. But there's also like a little tiny hint of a smirk. I've been like, the fat fuck got what he deserved. He did.
Funny.
More like kind of real like. More like an account, and he kind of had it coming sort of thing. So now I'm going to go in for I'm going to continue with my spider monkey offense on this one, and I'm going to try and get him from behind to get him into a sleeper hold to try and weaken him.
Ooh, okay, all right then. Yeah, give us a roll on that. Let's see if it works.
Okay, and I've got a 9.
A 9. So yeah, you're gonna get the sleeper hold on, as it were. So you kind of like maneuver around him a bit, and you've got a sleeper hold on him, again dangling off him because there is a pretty decent height difference there. So Bulk, give us a roll there. See how this plays out. 11.
6.
Okay, so yeah, it's gonna be in for like a couple of seconds, but then James Ray just goes like, "Oh yeah, shit," and then I'll let Mr. Rage continue on here.
So while she's still on my back, I run backwards into the corner, squashing her between the turnbuckles and me, and tag Cutter.
Nice, I like that. Good shout. So in that case, Cutter comes in and goes like, and again, the crowd kind of swells up a bit again because we're getting kind of round 2 of this feud. So what will Cutter do in this situation? Decent roll. So he's going to do a big power move. He's going to do a military press slam and slam Selena down on her chest, and that's fine, I suppose. So what will Cutter do next then? So he's going to go for a deadlift. So he's going to deadlift Selena off the ground and then vault her around then with a gut wrench suplex. And again, she gets hurled across the ring again. So Cutter's again just doing all the kind of big power moves at this point. So what's he going to go for? Okay, he's going to go for a choke bomb. He's going to go for a choke bomb, and Selena's going to wriggle out of it. So Selena, you're back in control here.
Okay, I'm going to get him down. I'm going to have to try and go on an offense here because I can't do any power moves on either of these people because they have a serious height difference on me. So I'm going to stick to it, my submission onslaught on this one, and I am not going with Bret Hart for once this week. I'm actually going for someone else. I'm going for Bob Backlund on this one. That is exactly what I'm going for. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get like a little bit of distance between the two of us, run against the rope so I can have a bit more of a jump on it, and then cut him in for a crossface chicken wing with my legs wrapped around the waist to try and really like connect him in.
Excellent. I like that idea. In that case, give us a roll for that. So.
Do I have any like momentum going into this?
Yes, you have 4.
I'm not using it. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Well, I'm on 11 there anyway for it. So.
Yeah, that's perfect. That is in tight. So Cutter's locked in fairly well, and he's not getting out of it this round anyway. That's for sure. Look, he's still kind of stuck in there. So the chicken wheel is applied. The crowd swelling into it. So Selena, give us a roll there if you don't mind.
9.
That's in. Yeah, that's still in deep. So in that case, James Reid, I'll give you an opportunity. If you want to interrupt, it'll cost you 2 momentum.
Yes, I will.
So you'll just interrupt, you just break up the submission, and then you'll be ushered back out of the ring. So you happy with that?
Yeah.
Grant. So that's it. And the referee just gets you to hurl back, and then we have a bit of a reset. So in that case, Amy, me and you are going to roll here to see what happens in the next spot. So what would you like to do?
Okay. I'm assuming Foxy is still on the outside of the ring at this point. Yeah.
He's okay. Yeah, he's starting to come alive a bit now. So he'll be on the corner like maybe in the next 1 or 2 turns, let's say. So you're still in the ring for the time being.
Okay, right. What I want to do then is I've done some damage here. Okay, I want to run the ropes again, hit him with hit him with like a running bulldog, and then get him into a crossface.
Excellent. Okay, yeah, give us
damage.
Yeah, I like that. Give us 2 rolls on that.
Okay. So we have hit the bulldog on a 12.
That's a critical bulldog.
It's a critical bulldog.
So what I'll treat this as if like Cutter's back up on a standing basis, and you just spring off a rope and hit him with like a super bulldog, and that'll give you a lovely bit of audience on that as well. So you're on 3 audience with that, by the way, and you gain some audience and our momentum. Now this is for the crossface.
Okay, and I have 4 momentum, yeah.
6 now.
6. Okay, well, I thought I only had 4, so we'll just use the 4 then anyway, momentum on it. So I'm going in for a crossface.
All right.
Because I've got 2 minutes, technically a time delay when my internet connection doesn't work when I'm connecting to the phone call.
Naturally.
8, 9, 10,
and 8
8
with
9,
the
10,
with the
11,
4.
12.
Yeah,
Fatality.
makes it a 12. So it's a critical submission. So Cutter is locked in here at present, and he's not getting out anytime soon. So I'll leave this. So this is going to be happening in the middle of the ring. It looks locked in, like it looks like there's some damage going on here. So we're going to leave this spot to Foxy and James. What do you 2 want to do here? So only right that James puts in first.
Yeah, so charge across, catch her with, she's doing the crossface, so I just kind of hit her with a soccer ball kick to the back of the head. Soccer kick to the back of the head.
Okay.
Knock it, breaking the hold, and then
Like fucking Randy Orton.
Check your bags when you get backstage.
And there's a spit take, or whatever, the smoke take. There we go.
James, we're meant to be friends, dude. Scripted, man. I had gifts for my family in those bags.
So,
how about yourself, Foxy?
As James hits the kick on Selena, he doesn't see that I'm on the apron. I'm gonna spring and do a shotgun drop kick to him.
What do you mean hits the kick on Selena? This is going to be into a roll of a dice, you bastard. You want to make sure he doesn't kick me. I'm about to win this match for you.
Fair enough. Right. Fine. Like, if I win, I hit it before he gets out.
There you go.
That's a bit better. That's a lot better. Okay, in that case, give
Jesus Christ.
Give us a straight roll on this.
God damn it, Foxy. You better hit fucking high numbers on this.
It would have been funny, though. Yes, I did hit a high number.
He certainly did. It's an 11. So James Rage is going to come in. Looks like he's going to go for Selena, but Foxy's going to come out from the blind side of the camera and hit him with a shotgun dropkick that knocks him back into his corner. So Foxy, you're going to be continuing the onslaught here.
Yeah, like she still has the submission on, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's fucking reefing it back now. I'm about to pop a shoulder here with him.
Yeah, she still has him. I'm after drop kicking James into the corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for my running knee bulldog combo.
Okay, Grant. So 2 rolls on that.
Right out.
Once for the fucking bulldogs here.
Ooh, that will do it. So yeah, we'll treat that as
nice.
for both rolls. In fairness, that's critical. So you make the roll, you make the spot work altogether. So no second roll required there. That's an audience as well. And Foxy, you're continuing on here.
So hit the bulldog. I put him down just momentarily. So what I'm going to do is he still legal or is it Cutter?
Cutter's legal.
Cutter's legal.
Yeah, okay. Grand. Well then, because we're not the legal people, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick James up. I'm going to try and launch him out. And if I do launch him out, I'm going to use that chance to hit the ropes and probably do the tope flip over.
All right.
The Silver Fox is going to die on this show.
And how about yourself, Jamie? What would you like to do here?
Oh, deadly. Okay. As he goes to launch me out, I reverse the momentum, scoop him up onto his shoulder, and lawn dart him into the other 2 on the ground to break the submission.
I love it. So this is gonna be so in that case, this could be our finish here. So both of you guys give us a roll on this.
Just the 2 lads.
That's 11.
Motherfucker.
All right. So, okay, here's how it's going to go. So, James Rage, you are indeed going to like reverse Foxy's attempt to get you out. You're going to lawn dart him into Selena, and that'll break up the crossface. So, this is going to be our finish, okay?
Okay.
So, what was going to happen is we're all going to suggest a finish here, right? Selena and Cutter are the legal men at the moment. Foxy and James Rage are kind of like in the ring as well. So it's gonna be almost as if like, well, Foxy's got back up, James Rage is back up, Cutter's back up, and Selena's back up. Kind of like a four corner situation. Bit of a standoff starting off as the referee is kind of telling the two illegal men to get out. You've got 5 seconds, whatever it is. So I want all of you to suggest a finish, and we'll see which one's going to win it. I'm going to suggest one for Dennis as well, incidentally. So we start with Foxy. So
as I chart, my target is like James Rage, but Carter is there before me, so I'm gonna charge duck under his clothesline. James bypasses me. I bounce off the rope. He doesn't realize that I'm coming back. He thinks he's just after launching me out. I come back. Destino like ran him into Cutter. That's almost them together.
Yes.
So therefore, we can set up for a double team, to try and take them out.
Love it. Okay, that's good. That's a decent shout. Jamie, how about yourself?
So exactly from where it was after I loaned outed Fox into Selena, he rolls over just for a second. I presume Cutter was already kind of on his way up. He's a big lad.
Yeah,
the whole.
I've done some
Road
serious
Warriors
damage.
thing.
I've done a serious damage out to his shoulder, so he's going to have to be on your shoulders, not the other way around me.
Specifically, well, no, because specifically, I'm going to tell him to go for his double-handed choke bomb.
Yeah.
As he scoops her up, I come from behind with a knee to complete the double choke bomb, and then throw myself at Fox to stop him from breaking the pin.
Okay.
These are going to be pissed when you see what my fucking finisher is.
Okay, in that case,
is it a roll up?
My one, it's exactly what it is. I'm going to go for I'm going to slide past you while Silver Fox goes for James Rage. I'm going to go straight for Cutter on this one, get him in a cheeky roll up while flipping off Fred Rose.
I like that. Again, and the two can kind of cancel each other out there.
I have because the thing is, I have no real vested interest in this whatsoever. I just want to make sure that Fred Rose sees me pin Cutter. That's all I want.
I like that. You see, I like that as well. And what about Dennis? Dennis would like to, again, I think there's going to be a bit of a cancellation there. So I think what he'll do is he will try and he'll kind of like swap roles here in a sense. So it looks like Foxy's going to attack him first, kind of like identifying him as the kind of the issue, as it were. Again, it's all going to spill out. The referee's going to lose control here, and like James and like Selena will kind of like pair up for a little bit as well. And what's going to happen is Cutter will win out. He'll choke bomb Foxy into Selena again because of the legal man situation. James Rage will just then come out to the ring and keep Selena on the wraps we'll keep Foxy on the wraps while Cutter locks in and the Katahatame and Selena will tap out. So we're all going to go for a roll here. Let's see what happens.
Are we allowed to use them?
No, this is going to be just a straight roll here on this one. So I have rolled a 9. 12. Ooh. 11, 10, 12. Selena's one's going to win out. Holy shit. That could not be any closer. Wow. Okay. Right. So it's Selena.
Oh my god! Right. So what's happening then is basically what's going to happen is we're all of us are in the four corners, right? Except we're all obviously we're all diagonally across from each other on this one, right?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is as James and Foxy are like running towards each other, I'm literally going to dive in, like do my patented now at this point baseball slide onto this, go under at Cutter, roll him up, get him like proper in on the shoulder, like right over, turn to Fred, full up the finger as the ref just literally counts to 1, 2, 3.
And then Foxy and like James just turn and go, shit, because they're both focused on each other, and the pinfall just happens like without them in the ring.
So they don't actually see who gets the pinfall right away. All they hear is the bell go, but like that's it.
Yeah. Well, Foxy will turn around first and see that it's for him, and then James Rage will like vault in, and Foxy will just like defend and just block, and then that will do it. Then that'll be enough. And again, there's gonna be a great bit of camera work here, where like the roll up has happened, the camera sees Fred Rose coming back up, trying to get himself like dusted off from the scuffle, and then just turns to see you rolling up Cutter. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the team of Selena and the future world champion, Silver Fox.
Fucking win.
So, talk us through the afters, lads. What's happening? First off, Selena.
So straight away after I get the thing, I'm not hanging around because I know James Rage is a very ragey boy. Roidy boy, if you will. And what it's basically British Bulldogs in the ring now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna roll out of the ring, but like the whole time, like I'm literally just walking backwards. Like I've no focus on the ring whatsoever. I'm purely just focused on Fred. The whole way too, I'm just focusing on Fred as I walk backwards. Just be like.
And then the commentators, while like Rose is here beside him, going like, "Well, folks, we've been hearing about Defiance all week and all month, but the word for this match is redemption. That's the key word here, ladies and gentlemen. We've just seen Selena redeem herself for whatever she may have done, whatever this man beside us has been saying all these weeks. Ultimately, it doesn't matter because Selena has just put one on the monster, and going into this supposed baptism match, whatever the hell that is a huge advantage. But again, let's not forget here, there is another pair in this match. Silver Fox has now won the stipulation battle, and we are looking for a no holds barred contest between himself and James Rage. So Foxy, I'll leave this to you. What's happening?
I'm gonna have to leg it now because I'm really late and they're fucking texting me, so I have to go.
Yeah, go for Selena. Thank you.
Right out.
Right.
Bye.
Bye. Oh,
So,
exit, leave.
I imagine the video packages would have been aired and all, wouldn't they?
Well, you get like the little indent in the bottom left, let's say.
So what I'm gonna do is like, while I have a chance, it's like, would we have seen it beforehand, like the video packages of our opponent?
Yeah, we would have. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry,
well,
I didn't know what you meant there.
Well, then what I'm doing is like, I'm gonna quickly grab the mic and I'm just like, hold on, cut this off. James Rage, looks like I have the advantage. Now, you may have seen it. Like I chose no holds barred, but I also seen your stipulation. And to be honest, I don't want any more excuses. I don't want any which way to get out of this. I am going to accept your stipulation for Defiance. I'm going to beat you at your own game. And as I said, you are going to see how vicious I can be. So see you at Defiance.
Love it. And James Rage, you're currently in the ring. You were remonstrating with the referee. You hear this. What's your reaction? As Foxy's music plays out.
I mean, Stare at Cut are exceptionally disappointed. Because what the fuck, God. Then... it's a good place to
Didn't
start.
you do to roll up too?
Anything for him.
I'm a heel. So disappointed at him, nodding at Fox, and just pointing at my neck. Because this motherfucker just had a stinger like 5 minutes ago. So, in the cage, pal.
And the commentators chime in and go, "Well, folks, I don't know if that is the smartest decision that Silver Fox will ever make in his career, but it is certainly the bravest of his career. He has gone through hell and high water over the last month, proving himself to be worthy. Is this the final test? Is this exactly what he needs to prove that he is one of the best in the world by beating this psychopath in his own game, in his own house, no less, under Asylum Pit rules?" Again, we've heard very little about this match. We'll get more details before the live special tonight, but it promises to be a bloodbath. It promises to be a war, and it is all for that title you see right now, the Future World Championship. We'll see you next week, folks. We've got the Youngblood tournament finals. We've got the baptism match between Selena and Cutter, and now the Asylum Pit match between James Rage and Silver Fox for the very crucial gold. We'll see you next week, folks, for our live special Defiance. Thank you for tuning in to Future Wrestling. So, I see you've resolved the problems with Selena. Just about. Took me nearly a fortnight to get in touch with her, and even longer to get her to calm down. But you did, which is commendable. I appreciate that, but this really upset people backstage, Charles. Oh? How so? Come on, man. You know Rose is going too far with these remarks. They have nothing to do with the story he's trying to tell. He just doesn't like her, and tried to make an example out of her. Accuse her of being an alcoholic, bringing up her family just to insult her, and then flying in her ex? Now, I never worked with the guy, but that's a disaster waiting to happen. I was assured by Frank that this would be a big hit with our audiences, and he was right. Viewership has never been better. Yeah, for the wrong reasons. They're tuning in for the gossip, not for the wrestling. I don't care as long as they tune in. Oh, so you care about the complaints then? Complaints? Yeah, well, obviously they've never reached your desk, but I've had some of the girls say to me that Lisa being singled out like this is making them uncomfortable. Right. Right. Look, I'm not going to dictate to you how the optics of this will look, but if it gets out this story is greenlit by Lisa herself, and all of this is putting women on edge around the show, that's a PR disaster. Valid point. So, how do we resolve this? I have a few thoughts. I maybe have a few words with Rose. Tell him to pull it back a bit. Perhaps. I'll discuss the matter personally with him. Alright then. While I'm here, have you decided on who you'll have winning your main event on Saturday? Not yet. I'll have to give the title matches some thought. And right you are to do so. I must say I'm quite invested in myself. I rather do enjoy the work of both men. I see. Well, maybe you shouldn't spoil the surprise in yourself. Maybe. Incidentally, have I told you about the new project we've greenlit at the network? No, I don't think so. I think you might like it. Our take on a boot camp reality TV show. 10 would-be celebrities are enrolled in a mixed martial arts camp and trained how to fight. And the winner nets 100 grand. We have a working title of Survive the Asylum. I see. Now, even I know about Mr. Lewis's background, and as it so happens, we're currently at the editing phase of production. We're likely to debut it before Christmas. And the thought occurred to me that it would do the show a world of good if a graduate of the same fight camp would be your champion. That way we can promote the show by having some of the Asylum members appear on the program. You serious? You want me to use my show to promote yours? Because I don't recall you running any future wrestling adverts. You see, the difference is the Asylum show is actually something worth promoting. Not just something we can put on past a watershed to entertain some cretins. Oh, so instead let's watch some out-of-work actors beat each other up for money. Genius. Wish I thought of that. Sarcasm noted, Adam. I suggest you think long and hard about the title match, because the right outcome might give me a reason to keep you all on TV. As always, Mr. Vincent, the best man will win. I'm sure he will. Until then, Mr. Foster, good day. Sure you will. Hey, old timer. You got a minute? I've got something I need to run by you.